In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to use the Divi Builder Circle Counter module. What this does is it creates almost like a pie chart, so it creates a circle, and the percentage that you would like that circle filled in, you can define. And so it's a great way to display stats, for example. So if you scroll down, here's some example of these circle counter modules, and they will fill in as you scroll down the page, which is a really cool effect, and the numbers also will count up. So you can display stats about your company, or anything else really. It's just a more visually engaging way to display numbers and to have a little fun on your page. And you can customize the colors, as you can see here, depending on your background color. And you can also choose to add a title and whether or not you want to display the percentage sign. So for example, here I have an About Me page, and perhaps I'd like to add some stats about myself to display, my proficiencies as a developer. So I'm going to edit this page, and then we're going to add some circle counter modules. So generally you want to add one circle counter module per column, otherwise they're going to stack on top of each other. So in this case, I'd like to add 3 circle counters next to my text. So I'm actually going to want to change this row up a little bit. I'm going to add a new row, and I'm going to do a 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 column. Move this text down here, and now I have 3 columns to add a circle counter, 1 into each. So I'm going to click the Insert Modules button, and it's going to bring up a selection of all Divi modules. I'm going to want to click on the circle counter, which is right here. And that'll bring you into the circle counter module settings. And as with all Divi Builder modules, settings are broken up into 3 tabs: General Settings, Advanced Design Settings, and Custom CSS. As a general philosophy, everything you need to configure your module and create a great page can be found inside the general settings. But if you really want to have more control over the design of the module, you can move into the Advanced Design Settings tabs, which has basically controls for everything. You can adjust everything about the design of the module. Or if you're CSS savvy, you can jump into the Custom CSS tab and just start editing the module directly with your own custom CSS. And I have some great tutorials that delve into these tabs a little bit more, so be sure to check those out. But in this tutorial, I'm just going to focus on the General Settings tab. So first up is the title. This is the title of the circle counter module, and it gets displayed below the actual circle. So this would be a label for whatever stat you're trying to display. For example, perhaps I'm displaying my proficiency in PHP, so I might say PHP skills here. Next up is the number. You're going to want to choose a number between 0 and 100, and that's going to be the percentage that the circle is filled in. So if I choose 80 here, it's going to be 80% filled, in which case I would be saying that I'm 80% proficient with PHP in this case. You can also choose to have the percentage sign on or off. You can choose your text color. So if you're on top of a light colored section, you want to have dark text, and if you're on top of a dark colored section, you're going to want to switch to light text so that your text is readable. Next up is the bar background color. This is the color of the part of this circle that is filled in by the bar. So in this case, it's going to be 80% filled with this blue color. And finally, we have admin label, CSS ID, and CSS class, which we don't need to worry about in this tutorial. If at any time you want to take a look at the module you're creating, you can click the preview icon here, and you're going to see here's a circle counter placed inside our current row, our current section actually. So here's my text module, my circle counter, and then these 2 empty columns. And you can switch between the two responsive design testing tabs here to see what the current section will look like on different devices. And for example, if I wanted to change, the color to purple, I can get a quick look at that. Now I see this purple color. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to save and exit. Now, since I want to add circle counters here as well, I might as well duplicate these, put them into these columns, and then I'm going to just adjust the settings here. So I'm going to jump back in here, maybe change this to CSS, change the number to 90, maybe change the color to blue, and save. And for this one, I'm going to change it to HTML skills, give it a proficiency of 50, and I'm going to switch over to a green color for the bar. And again, I can take a look at the preview here, and I'm going to have 3 circle counters, which looks great. Okay, I'm going to save and exit. and update the page, and I'll take a look at what we've created here on the front end. Now looking at the page, I have my about page and I have my circle counters to the left of my little about me text, and it's looking good. So that's a basic overview of the circle counter module.